Yeah, that was a one take, if I remember.
Yeah. We only had one SUV left.
Yeah, the stunt team wasn't too happy about that.
Reeves looks good. He looks good beat up.
This is our introduction to Keanu Reeves, who we've worked with over the last 10 years.
Yeah, he's great.
What you don't see right now is when you see him breathe, it was about 38 degrees out right before Christmas in at the Brooklyn Naval Yard.
Yep.
And he's borderline hypothermic right now.
A couple of those inserts were done, I don't know,
when it was colder.
Yeah, well, and then we did a couple in LA. You'd never know. And we added more blood. Yeah, actually,
When he holds his... he's honest.
Yeah, we're still filming.
And so it's our intro to Bridget Monahan, who plays John's wife in this, who's a fantastic actress who we were very fortunate to get just for 2 days worth of work.
So we had a couple of incarnations of that beginning. We actually went all the way through the vet's office, and then we felt it was a little bit more dramatic to leave some mystery
to who John is and what's he want.
This looks great on the DVD. The colors are awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait to buy the DVD. You guys apparently bought it.
This is a real house in the suburbs of New York. Beautiful place, but that bookshelf is a prop piece.
Yeah. And the owners of this house, you know, they were all excited. Hey, we're going to do a big Hollywood movie. This is going to be great. And then, like,
Until
when
we
you
brought
see
in the 200 people.
when you roll in a crew and they see what you're doing to their house, they're just like, what?
So the idea here was to try and get as much pertinent backstory into our man John's life and still keep the pacing going. So we kind of used some of these flashbacks of John being and falling in love and the tragedy that befalls Helen, his wife.
You know, a lot of this sort of nonverbal storytelling was like what we responded to in the script, in Derek Kolstad's script. It was sort of really minimal, and we just had a lock on the visuals of it just by reading the script. So it just jumped off the page at us.
A lot of assassins, or assassin revenge stories, don't start off with a guy in pajama bottoms and losing his wife. So rather than convolute it with dialogue and backstory, we just kind of went with strictly visual storytelling.
And we like this idea of sort of this observational look through, you know, you're at the hospital with him, but you're just separated a little bit through the window. We always had this idea that we wanted to look through glass to see him, like we were sort of voyeuristic. Repurposed.
Repeating motif in the scene, laying things down by the clock. I think we have the clock in there 3 times.
Yeah, it was another thing we liked from the original script.
This is moving quite fast. It's hard to keep up with our backstory montage here.
We had our first reel was a lot longer, and
Our first director's cut was 2 hours and 20 minutes, so it would have been much easier to talk about, but
we liked watching. Yeah, we liked watching Keanu walk around and you know, and John sort of be in that place. We audiences wanted to get to the story a little bit. You know, it's a story that's been told a lot, so you can jump ahead pretty quickly.
and we wanted to leave a lot of mystery. That's why we didn't go too deep into John's backstory. We wanted everybody to kind of piece together, and even at the end of the film, a little Sergio Leone, man with no name. You kind of never really fully get John's full backstory.
This is a real location. That is not a CG background of New York. That is all practical. And we're in Brooklyn. The rain machines this is all ADR because the rain machines just drowned out any dialogue we had.
And they were helping out the existing rain that was happening on that day. As you can see by the very large umbrellas that both cast members are holding, that there is a lot of rain. And again, our intro to William Dafoe, who, again, we were very fortunate to have.
Yeah, and we kept it, you know, we stripped out some of the dialogue to make it even more mysterious. I think the original script had a few more lines from both characters, but you know, it seemed more foreboding the less they said, you know?
Yeah.
Look at that. I love that shot.
Getting through glass, a little bit of reflections. Our man John, just a guy. Just little things like this, just seeing a guy clean up after a party and wake up, and some of the more mundane human side of things that you don't ever see action heroes do nowadays. So I really wanted you to believe that John was just a regular guy.
I think this might be one of our first clues into the world that we're not in a real world. It's that if an assassin was trying to live a secret life, would he still use the name that everybody knew him by? You know, it's sort of a comic book trope that we just adapted and let go. Even though this still feels organic and real, he obviously would not do that.
But is it really John?
No, that's good.
John is, I think, the second most common name ever, after Dave.
How about, but his wig?
Don't set him off.
Here's some of our symbolism with the daisy on the letter, the daisy's on the line.
Hospital room. But it's also kind of interesting. Keanu did this scene a couple times, and he got choked up on a few, and then just for a last take, it was a long night. It was like, well, why don't you try 1 at 11? I want you to really, really go. And that ended up being the take we used.
Yeah. He was all for it. He was game. We're like, we want to go to 11? We're like, yeah, we want to go to 11. I'll give you 11.
I think that had a lot.
I'll give you 11 right here.
And this is 11. And there's our star Daisy, who obviously went to 11 on this take as well.
Yeah. We're like, Daisy, go to 11.
Yep.
Give us the eyes, Daisy.
It was really hard to try and get Daisy to emote when we really wanted it first. She was quite stubborn about changing what she thought the character was, but I think at the end it worked out. Yeah, at the end it worked out.
This is Keanu Reeves, the actor here, and he brings it 110% all the time.
Yeah, I think that's why he liked the role so much, because there was John and John Wick, and it gave him a chance to really, a little bit of range, and kind of, do things that you normally wouldn't do as an action hero. Like we said, he emotes quite a bit, and he gets to cry, walk around in his PJs.
Yeah.
Be sad.
Like,
be hurt.
Keanu is the type of actor that challenged us, and he wanted to play this really human side of the assassin, and so we all embraced it collectively, and it was right. It delivered.
He brings that natural empathy. I mean, you want Keanu also wanted to be a little bit more resistant to falling in love with a new puppy. That lasted about 12 minutes on set with the actual dog. It's safe to say that Keanu Reeves is a dog lover.
Here's some, this is not animal training magic. This is basically, you let a puppy loose, rub some bacon on
Keanu Reeves' beard,
and let it happen.
And that's another thing to Keanu. He wants, like, how am I sleeping? He gets very, very into, look, I just want to be natural. I sleep on my side. This is the way it goes. I just want to relax. He always has his wedding ring on. You always see the watch by the bed. He's a man with a routine. And then, like Dave said, he put a little bacon grease on his beard.
Ooh, it's the poop joke.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
by the
visual
way,
effects
that's
poop.
a VFX poop there.
CG poop, people.
Yeah.
That was,
I think we got a deal on it, actually.
I think it was like, I don't know, $5,000.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They wouldn't let us give laxatives.
Actually, we turned that shot back in about 25 times.
Yeah, the poop just wasn't making it.
Grab you some Cuba later.
Yeah.
So, look at, this reflection shot is Jonathan Sella, our cinematographer, going bananas. And we love it. Man, it looks great in HD like this.
A lonely man with his dog.
Yeah. You can see Keanu's beard. A lot of drama about that.
Yeah, it's not normal, especially with studios and some mainstream producer types that think you can cover up your lead actor's face and beard, but Keanu has a very distinct beard, how it kind of chisels out his face. And again, it's our little throwback to the 70s vibe.
Yeah. Thought he looked tough. We liked it. And it was one of those battles we fought for, and I think everyone responded to.
There's our Mustang, which is, I think we had 2 of them, neither of which we were allowed to pitch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's my jam.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
I think it's something we could license cheap.
Yeah, we had this is our intro to our pseudo bad guys here. It was an interesting casting, I guess, obstacle to try and cast someone young enough to be believable as a son and slimy enough to want to shoot in the head. You know, we saw one we saw one episode of Game of Thrones with Alfie in it.
Yeah.
And then we did a Skype call with him, and just remember, nicest kid ever. And then just kind of flicked into the role, and he just got real evil real quick. And we thought, wow, this guy's great. And he turned out to be great.
Yeah. I mean, he's a great actor, and he does play the guy you love to hate.
Yeah, and he was willing. He was willing to go the distance, and he really put a lot of time into learning Russian, which is good.
All the actors in John Wick gave 110%. I think it's a lot. It's a testament to Keanu, you know, being the superstar that he is, that people really wanted to jump on board this project and deliver.
Here's our actor right here. He's actually Australian with a Russian accent. Again, it's interesting to Jonathan Seller, DP, how he's using shadows and how we've changed the color palette here yet again from the cold blue to our tingy orange and yellows here at the airport, where we're trying to get a little bit more heated. That jet, by the way, was
Absolutely
not
real.
real, but not planned.
Yeah, it was great. So we did everything we could to use that take. Well, I mean,
That's a real airport, actually, outside of Brooklyn.
I'm really liking seeing all the blacks crushed, even where you lose detail. It's cool because, you know, the